The summer evening in Asheville, North Carolina, was unusually warm. I was in my kitchen, trying to prepare dinner as the sun set behind the trees outside. The air felt heavy, and the cicadas buzzed relentlessly. Just as I chopped the last of the vegetables, the lights flickered and then went out completely. Darkness enveloped the house, and the sudden silence was almost magical. I grabbed a flashlight from the counter, its narrow beam cutting through the shadows. At that moment, there was a gentle knock on the back door. I opened it to find Ethan, my neighbor's son, standing there. He was 14 now, tall for his age, with messy brown hair and the kind of shy smile that made him seem older than he was. "Hey, Miss Harper," he said softly, referring to me by my last name. "Our power went out too. Can I come in for a bit?" "Of course," I said, stepping aside. The moment he entered, the faint smell of summer rain outside mixed with the warmth of the kitchen, creating a comforting atmosphere. He took a seat on the stool by the counter, brushing his hands nervously over his jeans. "I didn't expect this to happen tonight," he admitted, glancing at the darkened room. I smiled, trying to ease the tension. Neither did I. But sometimes, unexpected things are the most memorable. We started talking, first about school, then about his soccer games and how he was struggling with geometry homework. I laughed when he told me about his math teacher's dramatic way of explaining fractions. There was something about the soft tone of his voice, the way he looked at me when he laughed, that made the room feel warmer than the summer air outside. Suddenly, I reached for a pan on the top shelf. Without thinking, Ethan stepped closer to help. Our hands brushed for a brief moment, and I felt a strange flutter in my chest. I looked at him, and he gave a small, apologetic smile. "Sorry," he said quietly. "No, it's okay," I said, my heart still oddly aware of the moment. The power remained out, and we relied on the flashlight to see. I suggested we make some iced tea while we waited. Ethan carefully followed my instructions, and I found myself noticing the small details, how he focused so intently, how his hair fell slightly into his eyes, how his voice softened when he spoke about something he cared about. As the minutes turned into hours, the darkness of the house seemed to shrink around the warm light of our conversation. We talked about books, movies, dreams for the future, and places we wanted to visit. Every now and then, our hands would brush while reaching for the same utensil or ingredient, sending small, silent sparks of connection. By the time the power returned, the kitchen felt different, not just illuminated, but alive with a quiet intimacy that neither of us wanted to break. Ethan smiled at me, his eyes reflecting the soft glow of the restored lights. "I didn't want this night to end," he said softly. I nodded, feeling the same. "Neither did I admitted. From that night on, something shifted between us, not in a way that was inappropriate, but in a way that made our connection deeper. We began sharing small moments more openly, laughing together at trivial things, confiding in each other, and enjoying a quiet, innocent closeness that made the ordinary days extraordinary. Summer turned into autumn, and our friendship grew stronger. We would spend afternoons reading together, taking walks in the park, and finding comfort in each other's presence. The memory of that power outage night, the way the shadows had danced around us, the way a simple act of reaching for a pan had made our hearts aware of each other, remained a constant reminder of the warmth and closeness we shared. Even now, whenever the lights flicker during a storm, I smile, remembering that unexpected evening in the kitchen when a simple moment changed everything. It taught me that sometimes, connections that start in the simplest ways can grow into the most profound bonds, filled with trust, care, and the subtle beauty of knowing someone in ways words often fail to capture.